it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving for my American friends. I know I ate so much, I'm literally just coming out of my food coma 2 days later, so it was a win in my book. Today I wanted to have a discussion on obsessive productivity because it is something that I am struggling with, and I've seen a lot of people make videos touching on this subject a lot in the Authortube community right now. But before we get into all the heavy stuff, I just want to take a moment to show you all my cutesy Christmas decorations. 3, 2, 1, go! Isn't everything so cutesy? I just love the holidays. I love decorating. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Like I mentioned before, I have seen some other people on Authortube make some videos about productivity or burnout or obsessive productivity, like what I feel. I know T-Buggy, Kevin from Kevlandia, and I think even Becca C. Smith kind of touched on it in one of her daily nano vlogs. But I am definitely somebody who has been dealing with that whole issue this year. So I wanted to address some things that I think we could have a nice little discussion about. First of all, I think this idea of like obsessive productivity really stems from two different sources. So you've got like this internal thing that we all deal with. We all have like personal issues, you know. I'm the queen of that. But then we also have Authortube as a whole and kind of that external vibe and how that plays into how we view our own writing. I'll get into that more later. So I know for myself, this is a little uncomfortable to talk about, but I know that my own issues with obsessive productivity really stems from my disability and how my disability is so bad that at this point in my life, I cannot hold a job. And because of that, I need to feel like I am somehow contributing to my family in some way to be worth something. So it's like, kind of like writing has taken on this career type place in my life. So if I'm not constantly writing, I feel like I'm dead weight. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know that like, wow, that's like really personal. We all have things that we're dealing with, and I think some transparency and some honesty with how I feel about myself and my problems with this obsessive drive to constantly be writing or working on my book can maybe be relatable. Even if it's different for you, it's still, you know, we all got things, we all got issues. I just quickly wanted to touch on my own personal experience with this. So this entire year up till the last couple months, I was obsessively writing, again because I am so ill. I cannot hold a physical job at this point. On the days or hours really that I'm feeling well are my writing hours. So that can be anywhere from like 4 to 12 hours depending on the day and my migraines and just the situation. Come October, during Preptober, when I was getting ready to start drafting my new middle grade project, I really started to feel the burnout. I was just tired. I had no motivation. The story ideas really weren't coming to me. It took a long time to get the outline and the plot to click together. And one day I just was sitting down and I realized, like, girl, like, you completed 2 books this year and you've taken 2 weeks off of writing this entire year. Like 1 week for vacation and then 1 week right after you finished The Glass Witch, your middle grade project, you took a week off. You've taken 14 days out of the entire year in which you didn't write. And I don't count days where I have sick days as days off because they're not days off, they're not relaxing days. So 14 days, that's it. That's incredibly unhealthy. Even people that have their 9-to-5 jobs, their 40 hours a week, they're getting their weekends off. I wasn't even doing that. Once I realized that, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna take a chill Preptober. NaNoWriMo isn't gonna be about hitting 50K. It's not gonna be about writing this new project. It is just gonna be a chill outline right when I feel like it, and when I don't, take a breather. I was just working so much and so hard that I didn't even notice that I was tired because tired wasn't something I was allowed to feel. And right now it's just about to be December and I have finished my middle grade outline, but I don't plan on drafting, not until January, not until the new year. I just really want to take December maybe even completely off writing. I might still fiddle with a few world building things or, you know, do some pre-writing, But I'm not going to put pressure on myself because I'm really not dealing with writing in a healthy way right now, and I think to get back to a healthy spot I need to take a step back. And I'm kind of in this weird situation right now because since I'm not writing, I'm trying to get back into some of my old hobbies, and besides reading or reading audiobooks or standing at my computer and playing like The Sims or something, I have let go of a lot of my old hobbies before I started like seriously writing, or because of my disability, like I just can't do them anymore. Like physically reading, like holding a book up or like looking down to look at a book, I just can't do anymore because of my spine. But I really used to love to like knit, and I had a really artsy cool bullet journal, and I used to love to hike, and I did all of these things all together with writing until writing went from being a hobby to being kind of like a career for me. And now that I'm trying to take it back a little bit and still have it be a career but have a little bit more balance, I'm kind of like, I don't know how to do hobbies anymore. It's really strange because right now I am feeling a lot of, like, two main emotions are what I'm feeling since I've stopped working on books completely. I feel intense boredom, again, because I either can't do the hobbies I used to, or I don't even remember how to be artsy in my bullet journal anymore. So it's a little odd. The second thing I'm feeling a lot of is just like this intense need to be productive. Like, since I'm not writing, if I'm not doing something artsy in my bullet journal, if I'm not reading or listening to the equivalent of like 100 pages of an audiobook a day, if I'm not taking the dog on a walk, if I'm just sitting at home like chilling, like trying to watch TV or do whatever, I feel like I'm wasting time. And I know that's that little like productivity demon on my shoulder that's like, you have to be doing something to be worth something. And that's why I'm taking a step back and I'm trying to relearn how to look at not only writing but productivity in a much healthier way. I also kind of want to talk about the second side to this, which is the community side of obsessive productivity, because even though I love y'all, you are enablers. And it's not anyone's fault. Again, it's just how I view this, and I need to relearn and rethink. And I'm hoping maybe by bringing this up, some other people will like identify with this. But sometimes when you watch someone who writes like 5,000 words a day, or for Nano, they're putting up like daily vlogs and they're so productive and they're doing so well, you're just like, oh dang girl, I'm not doing that, I suck. And again, the problem isn't that person doing and living their best life. It's you and how you're kind of like unconsciously playing the comparison game. And a very timely factor in all of this is NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is great if you view productivity in a very healthy way, or maybe you even kind of suck at it and you need the push to get those words in every single day. But it sucks for people that already work so hard and are kind of like writerholics, you know? It's just like all of a sudden everyone is being super wild with their productivity and it's just like, yes, this is it. But it's an enabling atmosphere. It feeds into those negative thoughts, and then you just are being reaffirmed that your bad feelings and your bad thought patterns are okay. Now, all that being said, how do we fix the issue? I really think the only thing that we can do and the only thing we have control over is ourselves. So I think even recognizing that I have an obsessive productivity problem is already taking a step in the right direction. That's why I'm taking the step back and relearning how to think about productivity and writing in a really healthy way. And I'm so happy that I kind of had this come to Jesus moment so early on in my career, because if I really sit back and think about it, like, what if I had not discovered that I had this issue until I had an agent and a book deal and deadlines and editors and like readers or fans or whatever, and all of a sudden I had all of this pressure on top of me and I still didn't realize that I was having this problem with my health and this extreme unbalance in my life. That's just something that's really scary to think about, and I'm really so grateful for the Authortubers that have made videos like this that have inspired me to really like self-reflect and think about my own issues, because your girl would have been a mess. So in 2020, I have decided I am going to approach writing and just overall health with my Authortube channel in a much more balanced, hopefully light. I've written down kind of 3 goals for myself that are going to help me change how I view all of this. The first one is that I will take at least 1 day off a week. That doesn't really sound like much, and I would like to get to the point where I'm taking 2 out of 7 days off a week. But for a start, I think this is a good idea, especially for someone who only took 14 days off and 365 days, okay? It's a start, it's a start. And my days off, again, I'm not counting sick days. Like, sick days are for being sick. These are days that I'm healthy and feeling good and can take the day off of writing to actually relax and renew those other hobbies I've been neglecting. The next goal kind of goes with that. It is no working when I'm ill. I will do this all the time when I feel a migraine or a pain flare-up coming on. I'm like, okay, I have 3.5 hours until I am incapacitated. Let's see how much words we can get in. That's so unhealthy. Like, what the heck? Like, saying it out loud? That's insane to me. I'm not doing that next year. Number 3 is that I am going to strive to put my health first. While 2019 was probably the most productive writing year for me, it was absolutely the worst health year for me. Some of that is out of my control with my disability, but some of it is in my control. It's things that I can do to alleviate some of my symptoms that I was just blowing off so that I could get that word count goal in, man. So we're gonna start taking care of me. And I hope you guys, if you have that problem, are gonna take care of you, and we're all just gonna live in happiness and rainbows, and it's gonna be wonderful. And please let me know down below if you identify with this, if you are one of those people that has an obsessive productivity drive where you just have to be working because your worth is tied in with your productivity, or some other really toxic belief that you have about yourself. Let me know down in the comments how you're feeling, how your work in progress is going, how your nano is going. I would love to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Again, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!